What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your warden, Dimitri Shrine, and today it is once again time for my top 5 favorite units in Dragon Ball Legends right now. The last time I made one of these was back in July. I believe, was the 2-year anniversary over by that point? I think it was. So I think it was like right out of the 3-year anniversary. I'm stupid. Right out of the 3-year anniversary. And the list has actually changed pretty significantly. Out of the 5 units, 3 of them are still there, but one of them has dropped to a place you may not have expected. So let's not waste any time. I do have some honorable mentions real quick. Honorable mention number 1 is the purple Caulifla, who was on the list last time, I believe, as number 3. However, she's dropped out of it, but the reason why I want to mention her is because my love for the unit has not gone down since then, just my love for other units have gone up since then. So that's why she's no longer on the list. And there's also EX Ginyu. EX Ginyu, if this were a top 6, he'd be on the list. I'm just gonna say that. If this were a top 6 units, he would actually make the list. So he's just so fun to use. But let's go ahead and hop in to number 5. Number 5 on the list is LF Kid Buu. Now this one is probably surprising, as last time Kid Buu was not just on the list, he was number 1. So how in the hell did Kid Buu drop from number 1 to number 5? It's actually the same thing that happened with purple Caulifla. It's not that my love for Kid Buu has gone down. I still love this goddamn unit. This goofy little Laffy Taffy looking bastard is still so fun to just annoy people with. But my love for other units has grown, while my love for Kid Buu has stayed relatively the same. So Kid Buu has dropped significantly, but if I'm being honest with you, he'll probably stay at that number 5 spot for a while and possibly even go up again, because I think the only reason he's as low as he is because I haven't used him in a hot minute. Ever since Cell came out, I've been trying more of a green, yellow, purple setup with the green Kid Buu, yellow DKP, and Cell. So I haven't really been using Kid Buu a lot, and that might contribute to the fact that he's dropped a little bit. But I know the second I use him, I'm gonna remember why I loved him so much. So he's definitely gonna keep his spot on the list, like just being on the list. But yeah, no longer number 1, number 5, but love this unit. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, we have Revival Goku, who, fun fact, was also number 4 last time when I made this list. So he's not only remained on the list, he's remained in the exact same spot that he was in last time. And Revival Goku is just really good at higher stars. I need to make that point perfectly clear. People think he can't tank. Those people have him at 4 goddamn stars, alright? Defensive types simply do not function at lower stars unless they get that dumbass platinum equipment that Gogeta got. Unless they have access to something stupid like that, defense types just simply do not work at lower stars. But having Z-powered Revival Goku up to the point that I have, he's a very reliable asset. And one thing that I always do, I always have Revival Goku Zenkai buffed. I almost never use him when he's not being Zenkai buffed because I really want to bring out the best of him. And using him with that Zenkai buff at 12 stars, both on the God Key and Saiyan team, he puts in work. Not only can he tank just about anything, even the most powerful green units in the game usually can't even pop my revive in one combo, let alone put me in a situation where I'm in some real trouble. And it's if he builds up enough damage, especially on the God Key team, he can actually do some decent damage. On the Saiyan team, not so much. He's really just a tank on the Saiyan team. But on the God Key team with Vados, he actually can put up some pretty decent numbers once he starts building that damage up. So, Revival Goku, I still think is a pretty underrated unit. Is he as good as Namek Goku? No. Is he as good as Zenkai Blue Goku? Yes, but in a different way. Zenkai Blue Goku is better at Revival Goku in damage. Revival Goku is better at surviving. Blue Goku can heal himself and is relatively tanky, but there are plenty of things that have been able to eclipse his defenses recently. Realistically, when it comes to God Key, which one you use depends on the type of team you want to build. I've always said if you want to run Evolution Blue Vegeta, you gotta run Zenkai Blue Goku. Never run Revival Goku with Evolution Blue Vegeta. They do not work well together. You have to use Zenkai Blue Goku on the team. But if you want to go a more defensive route, I would highly recommend you use this guy over Zenkai Blue Goku. God Key doesn't need help doing damage, especially when you have Vados, so he fills that spot perfectly fine, and he remains the number 4 spot on the list. But moving on to number 3, we have Ultra Goku. Yes, we have the first Ultra unit. Ever since he got his Platinum equipment, I have just fallen in love with this unit. The green card, while a long animation, which I don't really like, it gets you priority if you land it, gives him 2 cards. The only things that I don't like about it are the fact that it doesn't give him ki, and it's a long animation. I could deal with one if he had the other, but not having both of those is kind of a deal breaker in most cases. Usually I'll just save the green card for someone else, but if you land that green card, it can be very powerful. It can be a very powerful tool mid-combo when you're worried about a cover change, and his damage is just dumb. His damage is just outrageously stupid ever since he got access to that Platinum equipment, and being a Goku gives him access to some of the best strike damage equips in the entire game. Like, between his equipment, his Ultra ability, access to pretty decent Zenkai abilities if you want to Zenkai buff him, being a Goku, having access to, Kakarot Goku's both Zenkai and busted health Z ability. Like, there's a lot of ways you can use this unit, and he's the only Ultra unit in the game that doesn't have an extremely restrictive Ultra ability. Like, Ultra Vegeta actually might make the list if he didn't have the most restrictive Ultra ability in the entire game. You would think that being able to be used with an entire saga would be nice, but when you're the worst purple option on that team, there's no reason to run him on it. Why would you ever run Ultra Vegeta over EX Ginyu or First Form Frieza? They're both Zenkai units, they're both support units, and they both do more damage than him. So, there's just no reason to actually use him on Frieza Saga. Realistically, you'd want to use him on a blast-based Saiyan team, so that you don't have to use the Purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku on a team that he's not meant to be on. Which is fine. He buffs Saiyans with his Z ability and supports them with his unique abilities, but his Ultra ability gets nothing out of it. If I'm not running him with Ultra Goku and Namek Goku, he's only getting like a third of his Ultra ability, and it's really bad. It's really bad, but with Goku's Ultra ability being centered around Saiyans and being a Goku, it actually allows you to put him with all sorts of different units. The Saiyan tag is very large, and there are a pretty decent amount of units on that tag. So not only is Ultra Goku just very good, he's also very versatile, because you can place him just about on any kind of Saiyan team, and he'll do well. The only downsides is, again, the green card and the fact that his ultimate does not have blast armor. That's about it. And he doesn't have much in the ways of pure utility, but at this point with that Platinum equipment, his damage is so outrageous that he doesn't need it. He can just be your heavy hitter, or as I like to call it, your destroyer of the team. He can just come in and fucking win matches, basically. So that's why I have very much grown to love Ultra Goku, especially on my Saiyan team, and I will continue to use this Goku, and that's why he gets the number 3 spot on the list. But moving on, number 2, we have LF Corrupted Zamasu, who, yes, once again, is in the exact same spot he was in last time. When I made this list last time, Corrupted Zamasu was number 2, Kid Buu was number 1. So both Revival Goku and Corrupted Zamasu not only managed to stay on the list, they managed to remain in the exact same spot that they were in last time, which is pretty cool, actually. I didn't think that would happen until I was actually trying to think of what my top 5 units were, and yeah, they both made it in the exact same spot. But every single time I use this unit, I just love it even more. Like, Corrupted Zamasu is just so good for no reason. Like, he's not tanky. He is not going to take a hit. But my God, can he dish out some damage. He probably has the single best green card in the entire game, except maybe Kid Buu. Kid Buu's might be better, but Corrupted Zamasu is a very close second. His ability to absolutely cripple you whenever he takes out an enemy or when the enemy takes him out is extremely powerful. His ability to lock you in with that green card is extremely powerful. He has one of the hardest hitting ultimate attacks in the entire game, one of the hardest hitting super attacks in the entire game. Cover change, healing, like he does everything. Infinitely stacking damage against Saiyans, one of the most prominent tags in the game. A tag that is combined with just about every tag. Like, this unit is absolutely amazing, and still, I would say, is slightly underrated. Maybe not as underrated as he was last time he was on this list. Like, people just straight up did not understand how good Zamasu was back when he came out. But I think people have grown to understand the value of this unit. He's not meant to come in and do a million things. He is meant to come in, beat the hell out of you, and get the hell out. Maybe gain a bit of priority with that green card, lock you in, rush you dumbass, and get on with his life, right? So that's Corrupted Zamasu for you. He is the destroyer of whatever team you put him on, whether it be God Key, Powerful Opponent, or Future. He's just amazing. Or Regen as well, and he's just good. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. He's just good. But let's go ahead and move on to number 1. And finally, my number 1 favorite unit in Dragon Ball Legends, Caulifla and Kale Assist. Now, I want to say one thing. I think the main reason why this unit is number 1 is because I am constantly having to defend this unit. I am apparently the only person on the goddamn planet that sees the value of this unit. I'm the only one that sees their damage. I'm the only one that sees the value of that green card, the value of having a blast armor super, nullifying endurance on the ultimate, which not a lot of all-star units actually get. Like, this unit is very good. The combination of high damage, uncancelable card draw speed, the ability to restore their vanish and blast armor, and the ability to lock the opponent in for 3 counts every time the combo ends. If you get rid of someone's vanish, they hit you literally with just a tap attack, you can then just rush them. Like, you can legit just like... You can use up their vanish, back up, they try and tap attack you, they're now locked in for like 2 or 3 counts, and you just rush them. This unit can actually be very cancerous if you know how to use them properly, and whereas they're not going to win any points in defense, they're certainly not going to do that, they can be a very powerful asset for just wasting time with the card draw speed and the vanish restoration to get those sub counts down. Or they can just, destroy whatever is in their path. Simple as that. They are extremely powerful, and because I'm constantly having to defend them, I feel like every single time I have to do that, my attachment to them grows. Like, I get more attached to them. And I also just really love the unit. Like, they would have made the list even if people thought they were the best unit in the game, which they're not, right? I'm not stupid. I know Caulifla and Kale are not some Z-tier unit, but that's what makes them fun. I don't like using Z-tier units. If you haven't noticed, the best unit on this entire list is probably Corrupted Zamasu, who's like, what? I would put him at like maybe high S, mid to high S, somewhere around that. So, like, he's not even anywhere near the top. Like, he's maybe close to the top 10 units in the game, but, like, especially if we include Zenkai's, he's not even in the top 10. So, if you can't... And I think, actually, the only Zenkai's on this list were in the honorable mentions. And one of them was an EX Zenkai, and one of them was a Zenkai that has the reputation of being the worst Zenkai. So clearly, I'm not a fan of these overpowered units. If a unit looks more balanced but has some really powerful abilities, I'm probably gonna like them more than some busted ass character that just wins matches instantly. Because that's not fun. I have fun using this unit. My problem with having Angel Vegeta on my Saiyan team is he is the singular most boring character I have ever used. Like, I've used FSK Gohan twice since he got his Zenkai. There have been 2 occasions where I have used him. Even he was not as boring as Angel Vegeta. Which really fucking says something, because that unit, even at just 7 stars, just wins matches by existing. Angel Vegeta and the team you have to build around him, which is a purely defensive team, is just so abhorrently boring that if I made a top 5 if I made a top 5 least favorite characters, like characters that I just flat out hate, Vegeta would probably be number 1 on that list just because I hate using him. It's not even the fact that I hate fighting him or I think he's broken. He's just fucking boring. Him and his team is just fucking boring. Is it better? Yes, but I don't really care if it's better. At the end of the day, I play games to have fun, and I've had more fun with this unit than I have with any unit that has ever been released. Except maybe Kid Buu. But the reason I have fun with Kid Buu is because of all of his dumb sound effects that I usually scream into my phone at the same time as him because I'm weird. And in terms of actually battling, I do think I can confidently say that there has never been a unit that I've had more fun with than Caulifla and Kale, and as you can see, I'm still Z-powering them up. I will Z-power this unit to 14 stars. I've actually never done that before. I have never Z-powered a unit from 2 to 14 stars before. They will be the first. Because I love this unit. And I don't care what anyone says. They are good enough to compete when you get to a certain star count. And they are fun as hell to use. You can disagree with me all you want, but this is the one time where I don't even want to have a debate with you in the comments. I flat out won't listen. There is absolutely nothing you could say to change my mind. I love this unit. They are not just my favorite units in Dragon Ball Legends right now. This is my favorite unit in the history of Dragon Ball Legends. That's just how it is. Let me know what your top 5 favorite units are in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button if you can, it really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want are in the description down below, and I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.